When I look back now, it's almost surreal how one simple wish changed everything in my marriage. It was both the most terrifying and the most eye-opening chapter of my life, and though it carried pain, regret, and fear, it also led to growth, love, and a deeper bond with the man I married. My name is Claire Anderson, and I live in Portland, Oregon with my husband, Daniel. We had been married for 12 years when this story began. Daniel was my best friend, my anchor, the man who saw me at my worst and stayed. We built a life together, a cozy little home, 2 dogs, and countless memories of road trips, camping weekends, and late-night talks over cheap takeout. But like many marriages, ours wasn't perfect. Somewhere between bills, busy work schedules, and the routine of daily life, passion dulled. We still loved each other. That was never in doubt. But sometimes love gets buried beneath exhaustion and unspoken needs. One night, after a long work week, Daniel and I sat on the couch, sipping wine. He was quiet, fidgeting with the stem of his glass. I could tell something weighed on him. "What's on your mind?" I asked softly. He hesitated, then looked into my eyes. "Claire, there's something I've always wanted to ask you. A wish I've had for a long time." My heart skipped. "What kind of wish?" He took a deep breath. "I've wondered what it would be like if we stepped outside of us. Just once. To see if it changed anything. If it reminded us of what we already have." I stared at him, my chest tightening. Was he asking me for permission to betray our vows? "Daniel," I whispered, my voice trembling, "you're talking about infidelity." "No," he said quickly. "Not in the way you think. I don't want to replace you. I don't want anyone else long-term. I guess I've been scared that routine has stolen the fire from us. And sometimes I wonder if an experience, one time, might make us see what we've been missing in each other." The room went silent. I didn't know whether to cry, scream, or laugh at the absurdity. But in his eyes, I didn't see cruelty. I saw vulnerability. My husband, the man who had carried me through storms, was confessing his fear of losing our spark. For days, I wrestled with it. Part of me wanted to say no, to shut the door forever. Another part of me wondered if denying him would only push him further into secrecy. Finally, one night, I turned to him and said, "If this is truly your wish, then I'll say yes. But on one condition, we do this together, honestly, with boundaries. And afterward, we never let it happen again. We use it as a reminder of what we have, not an escape from it." His eyes softened with both relief and guilt. "Claire, I don't deserve you." The day of his wish came sooner than I expected. We had agreed to keep it controlled, safe, and respectful. I won't dive into explicit details, because this isn't about the act. It's about the emotions. Watching Daniel go through with it nearly broke me. My heart twisted in ways I didn't think possible. There were moments I wanted to call it all off, to grab his hand and run home. But then something surprising happened. Instead of feeling like I was losing him, I realized just how deeply I loved him. The idea of anyone else touching his soul, his heart, his laughter, it made me ache. And that ache was proof that my love wasn't dead. It was alive, burning, desperate to be rekindled. That night, when it was over, Daniel came to me. He didn't look excited or fulfilled. He looked shattered. "I thought it would feel like freedom," he admitted, his voice cracking. "But it just felt empty. Claire, I don't want that. I don't want anyone else. I only want you." Tears blurred my vision as I reached for him. Then never let me go again. We held each other that night like it was the first time we had ever fallen in love. In the weeks that followed, something shifted. We didn't sweep it under the rug. Instead, we talked about it, really talked. For the first time in years, we peeled back the layers of silence. Daniel admitted he had felt neglected, not because I didn't love him, but because I had stopped showing it. And I confessed that I often felt taken for granted, buried under the weight of routine. It wasn't the wish itself that saved us. It was the raw honesty it forced us into. We started dating again. Not just dinner and a movie, but real dates. Hiking in Forest Park, exploring bookstores downtown, sneaking away for weekend trips to the coast. Daniel started leaving little notes in my bag, just like he had when we first dated. And I started holding his hand more, surprising him with his favorite meals, laughing with him instead of just coexisting beside him. Oh. One evening, months later, we sat on the porch watching the Oregon rain drizzle softly. Daniel turned to me and whispered, "Claire, thank you for saying yes to my wish. Not because of what happened, but because it showed me what I never want again. It showed me that my home is here with you." I kissed his hand and smiled through tears. "And thank you for being brave enough to tell me what was on your heart, even when it hurt. That honesty saved us." Oh. People might judge me for agreeing to Daniel's wish. Some will say I was weak, or that I should have left. But love isn't black and white. Marriage is 1,000 shades of gray, filled with choices that test us in ways no one else can understand. Did it hurt? Yes. Did I regret it? In some ways. But in the end, that painful chapter became the turning point of our marriage. Today, Daniel and I are stronger than ever. We've learned that passion doesn't come from chasing what's outside. It comes from cherishing what's within. His wish didn't destroy us. It saved us. And every time he looks at me now, with that mix of love and gratitude, I know that sometimes saying yes to the hardest request can lead to the most beautiful ending.